Hi, I'm Roger, and today we're going to do a little bit of unboxing and review and first thoughts about this here Porter Cable Compact Trim Saw, model PCE381K. Was on special at Menards of all places, 35 bucks. Always kind of wanted to get another one back in the late 80s, early 90s, barely through the mid 90s. I had a little cordless one made by Makita, a little 9.6 volt. It was handy for those little jobs, and well, I don't even know what happened to it anymore. I think I gave it to one of my kids a while back. But here, every once in a while, I find where I have a use for one of these, and even though it's corded, not cordless, for what I'm going to be doing with it, I think that should work out just fine. So, basically, this is going to be a little bit of a review of first thoughts of what I think of this. I researched these a little bit, and I did notice that whether it be Porter Cable or Rockwell or Bauer or from Harbor Freight or some of those other places, the little off-brands, I think these are all pretty much made by the same company and then rebranded. So what do we have in the box here? Well, we have a bag that I rarely ever use for anything. I've got a whole collection of these from a lot of my DeWalt tools. Got a little dust extraction tube and the owner's manual. And we all look at those right away, don't we, guys? The tool itself, wrapped in plastic. Should let this warm up before I took it out. It's out in the truck. It's mighty cold out there. Okay, what else we got in here? Edge guide. And a little 24-2 saw blade. And something I did notice when I was at Menards, that although they sell these saws, and Performax is another brand that they have, which looks identical to this, it's just got different colors. They don't sell the damn blades. I don't understand that, but so somewhere here should also be a wrench, I would hope. There it is. With the instructions. A little plastic edge protector on the blade here. One thing I did notice when I was looking at these different saws, when they're all sitting side by side, they all seem to have the identical front part on them. The motors here, different colors and just slightly different shapes, but they all have this one little indicator on the saw guard. I just thought that was kind of unique. Oh, that's not a 0. We can check that with a square. And let's put a blade in it here and make sure everything works. The blade lock here on the back. And these are left-hand threads, I suppose. Or maybe not. Usually when the blade's on this side of the saw, it's a left-hand thread. Well, I can't turn it either way, so what do you think of that? Okay, it is left-hand thread. It was just on there mighty tight. Okay, I gotta put the blade in the right direction now. There we go. Some of these are available with a little laser attachment you can put on the top. I don't particularly need that. Pretty much find them useless in the out in the sun anyway. Okay, everything here seems to work pretty smooth, and depth guide looks nice and smooth, doesn't wobble or anything. Still not sure about this angle adjustment here. Little arrow on there. I think I'll put a square up against that and see just how accurate that is. This isn't a precision machinist square, but it'll be pretty darn close. Pull it back to where it says it's 0. Now we'll see if it really is. Well, by golly, it is. Well, that's a good thing there. Okay, these are not for, if you're not familiar with these, they're not for using on, you don't want to be going around cutting 4x4s and big timbers with it. But it's good for trimming up on plywood. If you get a little plywood blade and you put the blade in there backwards, it's excellent for cutting and trimming vinyl siding and soffit. That's primarily what I'm going to be doing with this. I have a project coming up. Of course, it's got one of these little nuisance safety buttons here on the side you got to push in before you can pull the trigger. No big kick to it or anything. See how it'll do on a scrap piece of treated 2x4. Oh, I hate them safety buttons. Did a pretty good job. So all in all, in first impressions, I'm impressed with it. I think it's well worth the 35 bucks I paid for it. The price I saw on Amazon was like 74 something. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good deal. I will says it has a up to a 2-inch cutting capacity, so I'm happy with it. Later on, when I really get going with some projects, I'll probably do something a little more in depth, see how well this thing performs overall. I've noticed, particularly the one I looked at Harbor Freight, the guard was really loose and flimsy on it. This is much better. It doesn't wobble and flop all over, and the base seems to be pretty substantial. So overall, I'm happy with it. Of course, I see it's got a Proposition 65 thing there for California, so don't eat this, it'll give you cancer. Yeah, I'm making fun of that a little bit. And of course, this is made in China, but every one of them I looked at has also been made in China. It's almost impossible to get away from that anymore. But overall, I think it was a good deal. I think it'll perform well for what I need to do with it. And of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Of course, we're always looking for subscribers. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.